Welcome energy healer to the stars. Oliver Nino is with us today. Oliver, pleasure to have you on.
Kara, thank you so much for having me.
Well, you're going to help out a lot of people today, but I said to the stars, so now I'm going to ask you to name drop. Who are you helping and what are people coming to you for?
Yeah, a lot of people from entrepreneurs, CEOs, billionaires, celebrities, right? And they do come to me a lot of times because there's an area of their life, whether it's, health, or they want more clarity, or they want to feel better, or abundance, or they want to feel more joy or peace. It's different for everybody, but there's something that they really, really want, and typically they're not experiencing it. So they come to me to kind of tune in, figure out what that is, and help them remove any kind of block that's stopping them. So
you're cleansing the energy, is that right?
Yes.
And how hard is that process?
For me now, it's a little bit natural. 20 years ago, a little harder, right? So right now it takes me 20, 30 minutes when I meet somebody, and typically I do one and done. I meet them once and that's about it, right? And I do most of my work now in bigger audience settings, but if I do one-on-one, it's 20, 30 minutes typically.
Can you help us out today? Give us some tips on how we can cleanse our energy at home?
Absolutely. And here's the thing people don't realize is that, there are different elements that are natural to us that actually cleanse our energy. For some people, it's sunlight. When they're out in the sun, they feel better. If there's no sun, they feel kind of, depressed in a bit, right? For some, it is feet on the ground. They want to be outside and they, feet on the ground and with nature. For some, it's around animals. For some, they have to move their body. Like my wife, for example, she has to, work out or dance first thing in the morning to move that stagnant energy, and for some it's, it's being alone by themselves. So they're not absorbing, other people's energies all the time. So having a time for solitude for some. So there's lots of different ways, and the clues are in your past. What did you enjoy doing as a kid, or what do you enjoy doing or you want to do when you're so stressed out, and when you do, you feel calm. So those are the things that naturally clear our energy.
And then you say to protect your energy by setting an intention. What does that look like?
So intention to me is so prayer, for example, is a form of intention, right? It's a very potent form. And it's just declaring something. It's just saying it. It's just saying something like, God, universe, higher power, whatever someone believes in, please protect me from absorbing any negative energy throughout the day. So be it. And that can be as simple as that. It's just saying it and asking for help. And so it shall be,
Yeah, and then once you've done that, you clear your energy by starting with your auric field. Is that correct?
Yes. So the auric field, think about it as your skin, right? And for some people, it's 6 feet. For some people, it's much larger than that. So when you walk, for example, let's say you walk into a store and all of a sudden you just feel overwhelmed. Somebody in the next aisle might be feeling anxious. And since your auric field, which is your energetic skin, is touching theirs, you're kind of absorbing what they're going through. So a lot of times it's good to, to really be aware that, hey, what you're feeling, it can be yours, but if you're out and about and you're feeling things randomly happening, there's a chance that it might not be yours, right? And that's a good thing to know.
Yeah, and then with your chakras, what do you believe there?
And chakras are more like, as things happen in your life, traumatic things happen in your life. Let's say you were bullied like me when you were a kid, then you might have a block in your heart chakra, right? Or sometimes people don't know this, but it might be gestational or generational. Let's say your mom went through something traumatic while you were in the womb that can be passed on. Or let's say it's generational. Like, your great grandparents had problems with money, and your grandparents and now your parents, it's something passed on. But the cool thing about it is you don't need to know what it is, because those blocks exist in our energetic body. We don't need to know what it is. We just simply need to be able to release it.
How can you use color energy visualization and crystals to help cleanse your energy?
Love it. So for example, crystals, I have them in my workspace, right? So I'll give you an example of 2. This one is obsidian. So darker crystals like obsidian or smoky quartz, they absorb negative energy. So if something negative is happening, right, whether it's a person, or, stuff from the Wi-Fi affecting you, instead of it affecting your body directly, it goes to this one first, right? So it's kind of like the first line of defense. And then you have something like this, which is citrine, which carries the energy of the sun. And this one cleanses the space and cleanses other crystals. So when I have them close together, this fella cleanses this, right? So there's like a system behind it. Now, as far as light therapy, it's like for people, it's just imagining, let's say, you want to be filled with divine love and you want to feel good. So you just imagine purple light coming down from the sky filling, coming through the top of your head and filling you up and kind of rejuvenating you, right? And for some, it's different colors they may experiment with, but color is really, really powerful when it comes to just kind of like refueling and recharging your energetic body.
You bring out the crystals. Is there anything to certain gems or rocks?
First, it's like a training wheel. It activates and helps us remember what we can naturally do, but we might have forgotten along the way, right? So for me, at the beginning, yes, I recommend having them because they remind you what it is. The next thing you know, you have them around so much that you can kind of like recreate it by yourself. So a quick tip though, when you first buy crystals, you got to clear them because you don't know if they're full with something else. So I like to put them underneath the sun or the moonlight for a good couple of hours till they're cleared and now they're ready to do their work.
Such fun tips, great tips today. Thank you, Oliver.
Thank you so much.
Well, I know your book is also full of them, so there it is right there, Spiritual Activator. We'll have a link to it and Oliver on our website.